Welcome to the Solution Podcast. We are back for another episode.
We're back.
Today the topic is mental health. We're gonna talk about this. Also, before we get in, we have just shot a new Patreon. The episode 1 and 2 of Patreon is up.
Yep.
On the patreon.com/Solution Podcast website. And that's going. We're on Spotify, Amazon, Facebook, Instagram, all the socials. We're all there. So hit us up, talk to us, let us know what you think about all these topics. And
make sure, guys, man, do it, trust me.
And comment and subscribe as well. Big shout out to all the new subscribers. All there, we see you guys.
Shout out to you guys, man.
Big shout out.
Love. Keep supporting.
Yeah, and let's get into it. So, mental health.
Now, the first thing we need to listen. A lot of people get in their feelings over this topic. I don't know why. All right, so I think, in order to be fair to everyone, let's define what mental health.
Okay.
Let's get a definition of that.
Let's get a definition of what mental health is. Mental health is defined as a person's condition with regard to their psychological and emotional well-being. Okay.
Deep. I like that.
So what is mental health? Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps to determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. Okay, all right. So
you don't believe that it exists? So you don't believe mental health exists, or do you? Is mental health real?
No.
Why not? So you don't think thoughts is real? You don't think feelings is real?
Yeah, definitely, that's real.
So,
but it's
But that's the thing. Sorry, just to jump in. Thoughts and feelings are thoughts and feelings. We already have words for them. A thought is a thought, and a feeling is a feeling. Mental health is just like a new terminology.
Yeah, I mean, mental health is grouping. It's a word for the group. Your thought, feelings, and I imagine your behavior as well. So it's just grouping those three and using it as a concept. So
my problem with that, my problem with mental health is they are applying a moral standard to it. They're calling it well-being.
Yeah,
that's my issue.
What's wrong with that though?
Because who defines whether my mental health is healthy or not healthy? What is healthy? What do you mean by healthy?
Yeah, I guess.
So, okay. Will the day come, one of these days, where me having a Christian mindset be considered unhealthy or healthy? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, what is
the day might come?
That's what I'm trying to say. Happen. What I'm saying is, this is what I think mental health is basically leading up to, because it's like, first of all, who decides what is healthy and what is not healthy? Yes. Who makes that decision? So, as a Christian, right, I turn around and I say, abortion is murder. A boy should be a boy should not be a girl, and a girl should not be a boy, and so on and so forth. What would you say about my mental health then? Is it good or bad? In today's society, honestly.
I mean, according to facts, that makes sense. But according to the agenda, the propaganda out there, they would have an issue.
But what I'm saying is, one can define.
So health is set by the agenda.
I think.
No, but we're talking about mental. Sorry, bro. We're talking about mental health. Which is very subjective. Do you see what I'm saying to you? It's very, very subjective. It's dependent upon, like, who's deciding that? That's my issue with it.
Do you think it's decided based on your contribution or your how you follow the society, basically the norms of societies? Do you think that's how it's judged? Really, like it's definitely subjective.
They could also argue that it's how the person is behaving.
Yeah, that's what they basically go by.
Oh, he's not behaving according to how most people are behaving, so therefore he must
by
be
the
suffering.
norms of society. Yeah,
but he's suffering. He's suffering from mental health.
Yeah,
because his behavior does not match
that of the collective.
Yes. But even then, it's very subjective. How do you know that person is telling the truth? How does one diagnose mental health? How do you diagnose? It's not like cancer. It's not like I can do a scan and I can actually identify and I can actually see that you have cancer. I can biologically determine through scans, MRIs, you name it, right? Through blood tests and so on and so forth. I can identify whether you have cancer or not, and we can actually see it. Yeah, and then we treat it. It's not like that. It's subjective. It's up to that person, and what that person says it is. Do you see what I'm saying? So, for example, I walk in. I tell the doctor what I'm feeling, yeah, and they'll, and based on what I tell the doctor, they will determine whether it's mental health or not mental health. Yeah, I've been feeling suicidal lately. Yeah, but then again, it's me saying it.
But then, even at that point, the doctor will refer you to a psychologist.
Yeah. Yes.
So that goes to a different section of the medical field. Yeah. The psychologist will do talkative therapy or something like that with you.
Yeah, sitting
in a chair, which is now a new part of it's like a new part of the medical field, and I think that's why it's created.
And they will assess it, right?
Yeah, they'll assess it and they'll establish they've got all they've got all their points that they make it so it's now perceived as a science. Yeah, and they got all these points and they got medication for it and all this stuff. So it's a whole new industry of the modern era that has come into place, that has been created for financial gain. A lot like feminism was kind of created for financial gain. Yeah. So I think that's the same thing as what's happened with mental health.
Yeah, because the thing is, if you can't diagnose it and scientifically prove it, then what are we saying? So this is based on, it's based on what that psychologist or whoever you've been referred to, according to what they observe, according to their biases. You don't know what do you see what I'm saying? Like how they interpret your behavior. But then again, is your behavior your behavior real or not? Is your behavior is it true or not?
Are you acting?
Are you acting or not acting?
But
are you lying?
Are you lying or not lying?
On the question.
But don't you think the scientists have done well thought out, thorough studies, like done the due diligence, and study people with these symptoms and studied where the roads of these symptoms go to? Like, don't you think they've studied where it leads to, like the end of the path, and seeing what the outcomes have been? So that's the attempt of trying to take mental health, or seeing a psychiatrist is the attempt to get you off that road of you're probably going down a downward spiral, leading to a road of destroying yourself.
You use the term scientist. What do you mean by scientists?
Scientists. So what science? Are you
talking about psychologists or psychiatrists? Because there's many fields of science.
Yeah, so psychiatrists. For example, they're scientists. Yeah, right?
But what I'm saying is, it's like that field involves analyzing behavior. Yeah, and analyzing behavior can be subjective. It can be subjective to the person observing the behavior, and it can be subjective to the person exhibiting the behavior. Yeah. So for example, it's not established science. It's not like finding out that you definitely have cancer. So for example, I can
a different form of science.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's science.
It's psychological science.
Yeah, which is based on your analysis of the person's behavior, which that can be manipulated. That is not really certain. That is not 100%.
Sure when they do studies, the reason why they've acknowledged these results is because they've done it so many times and come to that conclusion. Now they've classified. Now they're able to classify the end results. That's all science is.
No. I know what you're saying. Yeah. They're saying they can measure the answers with human behavior and other kind of factors that give off if they're telling the truth.
Yeah, and it might be a theory. But the theory might be working because they're coming to that conclusion. Until they get it wrong enough times, then they might dispute it.
Do you know what the problem with that is? Is that we've now entered a new modern era.
Yeah.
Where narcissistic behavior is on an increase, and humans are now becoming masters at acting and playing out human behavior in however the way they want to manipulate people.
Yeah.
This is happening from childhood into the schools, into workplace.
Yeah.
And I think on that point that it completely ruins the scientific side.
I don't think there was ever a scientific side to it. Look, you can listen. I don't think this is a science. First of all, psychology is pretty new. Yeah, psychology
it's new.
It's very new. Yeah, but the thing is, if it was science, there's a scientific method that comes with science.
Yeah,
it does not apply to mental health.
No, but you're talking about the there's different types of sciences.
Okay, let's do an experiment.
You're just thinking of the tangible sciences.
Exactly. Well,
exactly, but there's more than one science.
No, there isn't. There is a scientific method, and the scientific method tells us whether something is true or not. At the moment you go outside of the scientific method, now you're just making up stuff. You're just basically creating your own.
So is world. It? So when they say it takes 9 months, 9 months to have a child. Is that scientific, or is that somebody's idea?
That's a provable fact because we can observe it.
Yeah, but to say it's 9 months, that means it's 9 months to the day. They're just giving you a generalization. You can be off, like you could be marginally off.
Yeah, for
a few days.
For like a few days.
Exactly. So it applies to the
you can't even
to the other sciences because they're coming to these conclusions, and they might be off and on by a few variables, but generally they can see a pattern. When you watch something and you see when you got enough information and then you look at the results and classify it, you can see a pattern.
No, what I'm talking about is if I go to a doctor right now and he says to me, look man, looks like you're suffering from anxiety. Yeah. Now I don't want to laugh.
Take 2 of these everyone.
Just, I start panicking, I start worrying too much. I don't know what's it. And they listen to your story. Sounds like you're suffering from anxiety, mate. I'm sorry, but that is not scientific. Yes, you can call it mental health, okay? Maybe you're not feeling too well about yourself or about the choices you've made in life, and maybe that's stressing you out, okay? Life can be stressful, you see what I'm saying? Because it's also being used, this whole mental health thing, it's being used to take accountability away from people because everything has become mental health now. Yeah, I'm a bit. I failed in my life. It's because of mental health. I've done something wrong. It was because of mental health. My mom screamed at me too loud when I was young. It caused mental health. Do you understand? Anything now these days is mental health, bro. Yeah. So the thing is, if I go to the doctor, you don't like. the doctor doesn't say, okay, listen, Octavia, we're gonna do some blood tests, all right? After we do some blood tests, all right, when we get the blood test results, what we're gonna do?
But you're taking it back to
hold
biology.
on. Which is that's what I'm trying to say.
But there's different kinds of science. You got biology, chemistry.
I don't consider that real science. But what I'm saying
you
is,
got maths. That's a science.
Yeah, but not really.
So what science is mental health?
Psychological science of your mentality. No, psychological, which is the realm of thoughts and feelings, which governs your behavior.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't believe that's true, because if it was true, they would be measuring signals in your brain.
But that's
what exactly determine if you really suffer from anxiety.
Exactly.
What are the drugs for then? What are the drugs subscribed drugs for then?
It's just they've
taken it to that level.
Yeah, but it's just to sedate you,
bro.
Yeah, that's because drugs don't heal you. They sedate you. They just treat your symptoms. They don't heal. So I agree with you. They're not gonna heal you, but you can be healed, and you can heal yourself.
No, you can't.
If you're suffering from anxiety, you can heal yourself. You don't need some drugs.
I don't think anyone suffers from anxiety.
Bro, all anxiety is an emotion.
There you go.
So how can you not suffer?
How can you quantify emotion? How can you?
By the behavior.
Hold on a second.
Okay, cool. That's how you quantify it.
The causes of it. Yeah. So for example, when you look at it, when you look at the nature of that emotion, okay, what caused it? Maybe something that you just need to hold yourself accountable for, and then move on in life.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So now it's stressing you out. So for example, the cause of the stress, but no one knows what the real cause of the stress is. So what you do is you go over there.
That's what the whole science is about. Trying to get to the cause of the stress,
which
is probably in the childhood, which is probably the mum screaming at the person as a child.
Let's just backtrack here a bit. The anxiety, you're not suffering from anxiety.
Why not?
Because we're human beings. We're meant to have anxiety. If we were out hunting in the forest or the jungle, and you had no anxiety at all, you'd die. You would die. You wouldn't survive.
What you're saying is right. I agree.
We have to have anxiety. We have to have all these emotions, and
but they're telling you that's mental health.
Yeah, but
it's the behavior though.
Yeah, but we have to. In a way, I do agree with you.
Yeah,
we have to have a way of dealing with it in our own head.
Yeah.
But we're not suffering anything. These are all normal human reactions and emotions that we have.
Yeah, these are first world problems. Most of it's first world problems.
Yeah.
But that's the thing about life. Life is comes with problems. Like, it's not like you can create the perfect world, and then some problem is gonna come with that perfect world, basically, and that's just the problems that's come into this Western world. It's anxiety and mental health. Like in the developing countries, they're not worried about that. They're too busy
trying to survive.
Exactly. So it is definitely like what's it? Self brought upon ourselves. Yeah. But I do believe that.
Yeah.
So as we can see that it's first world problems.
Yeah. But you got to respect the problems though. Problem's a problem. It needs to be resolved.
I don't think it's a problem.
I do.
I don't think it's a problem, because I think that it's just the consequences of mental health is the consequences of the choices that you've made in life, and now you're sorry. Hold on. You've made choices in life that has led to certain consequences.
Yeah.
So instead of you saying, okay,
let
me hold myself accountable and say that I've made these choices.
Yeah.
And now, because I've made these choices, it comes with these consequences.
Yeah.
I don't like the consequences of my choice. So you know what? I'm just going to face up to them like a man. Yeah. And find ways of sorting it out. I made a mistake. I should have done better in life. You know, I should have made better choices. You know? But what I'm seeing with it's like mental health was created in order to get that person to say, you know what? I don't want to face the consequences of my actions. I don't want to face it. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go up there. I'm going to tell the doctor all the symptoms that he wants to hear. Yeah.
So do you
and
believe
he's
in
going
PTSD?
to diagnose me without no real test, no real medical test, no real nothing. Yeah. Just based on, is that how you feel? So it must be this. Okay, cool. But it's like, and it makes no sense.
So what are you saying about PTSD then?
PTSD?
Yeah, people that have gone to war, seen some atrocious stuff, and then come back and it's messed up their head.
I went through it, bro. What do you want to know about it?
Yeah, so
do I still dream about it? Yeah.
Yeah, is that not mental health?
No.
So what is that? How do you
I'll tell you
what
that
that or heal that?
Okay, I'll tell you.
Yeah, or is it unhealable?
Some things you don't heal. Okay, I'll tell you what.
I believe it can be healed.
I'll tell you what happened. Tell you what happened. Yeah. There was a war.
Yeah.
It was horrific. It was horrible.
Yeah.
By pure luck and through God, I survived somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seen horrific things. Yeah. Which I still wake up with nightmares. I still think about it. I still have that fear. So
you don't think that's mental health?
That is not mental health.
What
that was a very bad experience.
Yeah.
It was, and life is full of it.
Yeah.
Life is full of traumatic experiences.
Yeah.
All right. My brother, do you see me going out there shooting people and causing havoc to people because I went through something really bad? Do you see me using it as an excuse to do wrong? No, you don't. Yeah. Because I'm able to understand that it was a horrific experience that I went through.
So what do you say about the people that do go out and do those things?
They find excuses as to why they want to do those things.
So they just wanted to do it. So it's got nothing to do with what
they want to do it. Yes. They can control themselves just the same way that you can one day stop.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same way you can stop yourself from doing it in the first place.
Yeah.
You still need that mental fortitude. You still need that ability to that mental fortitude.
Yeah.
You're gonna need it later on if you want to stop anyway.
Yeah.
So if you're not stopping before that, you're just making up an excuse in order to carry on doing as you
going to war, becoming a soldier, plays no part of their desire to.
Bro, it was a stressful, and no one wants to go through stressful situations. No one wants to go near death experiences. No one. Yeah. So of course you're gonna remember it. Of course it's gonna stay with you.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say to you is this: that's just reality. That's life. That's called living on earth. But those that didn't go through it, look, there are those that have never been through it.
Yeah.
But they out there screaming mental health every other day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This is a point I want to make. Not to belittle your experience or anything, but we have a lot of people come to this country from other countries with similar experiences.
Gone through some crazy stuff.
So you can see the kind of so it's almost like supply and demand now. It's a supply and demand.
In what way?
So a lot of, I think America would be in a similar situation as well, where there's immigrants coming in with traumatic experiences from their country, or even a traumatic journey to get to their destination. Yeah. When they get to their destination, they can get checked in by, like in this country, it'll be a GP. Yeah. And you'll get into the NHS system. If they start seeing all these kind of surges of what they now class as mental health, they'll be like, okay, well, we can prescribe this sedation for it, and from there you've created a supply and demand from a certain type of group of people coming in. So
look, I've been diagnosed with PTSD. All right.
Did they give you any medicine for it?
She asked me she asked me certain things that triggered certain things in me. Because you're taking me back and you're reminding me of certain things. You have PTSD. I could have told you that myself. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Yes, it was traumatic. It was stressful. But I don't have a disorder. It's just something that, when you think, who thinks about a bad experience and likes it? Like, who does that? Like, you know what I mean? Life, but the thing is, I just take it that that's a reality of life. I'm not thinking I'm going to live my life and no one's ever going to say a bad word to me. No one's ever going to not try to harm me.
But
everyone's always going to be,
that's
just not reality.
But you've handled it well then, but can't you see that people don't handle it as well as you?
And this is where I doubt their intentions. This is where everything starts with the intention.
But not everybody's as strong as everyone else. Everybody's got their level of what they can cope with.
But I don't think it has anything to do with strength. It's just acknowledging what's happened. It's almost as if bad things happen, man.
It's like aptitude.
It's like bad things happen. It was horrible. It was not a nice feeling.
But that's the thing.
But do you know what? That's what it is. I just got to move on.
Once you start giving people an alternative way of therapy, or even an excuse into why they might not be functioning on a certain level, that's where the deception comes in, and someone can play that system into their own kind of like laziness.
That's what Kobe's advocating for.
What am I advocating for? I'm advocating for but personal development.
My problem is this term well-being.
Yeah, personal well-being.
What do you mean well-being?
It's health.
What do you mean health? When it comes to like when I think of health, I think, damn, I've got this part of my body that really hurts.
Yeah.
They identify it, they sort it out, and then I don't feel that pain anymore. I'm back to being healthy again.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
So have you ever been drunk before? So someone that's drunk.
A few times. Not out of my mind, but once actually out of my mind. I made a pledge never again.
Only once.
That's a mental disorder. That's a form of a mental disorder.
Now you're
being drunk.
Now you're just what? Now you're just redefining everything, bro. Like, how is that mental disorder? Oh, you mean
that's
you mean? Are you talking
taking
about
drugs?
Are you talking about being in that state?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. That mental state is a state of is a disorderly state.
So that's what mental health. You asked what's mental health. Mental health is not well-being. Well-being is being in a good state of mind.
All right. So what would that look like?
You waking up and going to your job every day.
Less stressed out, going to the job every day.
Yeah, having a good attitude.
Having a good attitude.
Yeah.
And what is having a good attitude?
Having a good
What
attitude.
if the person is just lazy and doesn't like going to work?
Yeah, that's some people will question their mental health. I guess how much do you neglect your life?
So instead of saying to people, you're lazy.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
But how lazy?
No.
Is he lazy? He hasn't bathed for weeks, and his grass is cut.
There's that too.
They've neglected themselves.
There's that too. That's being lazy. Are we gonna tell them, it's mental health?
It could be.
How is that mental? That's his choice.
So mental health could be. How about this? Losing your desire to succeed, losing your desire to live, even in some cases. Like some people, like those.
So why don't they don't call it a day and just off themselves?
But like some people do, like successful people, when they go bankrupt, they might delete themselves.
So you would call that mental health?
Yeah, that comes into the realm of mental health.
You have to be very entitled to off yourself. That means if there is nothing, if there is nothing biologically wrong with you,
exactly. Yeah? How do you explain that?
Exactly.
To
me, that's not mental health. That's
then what is it?
That's you making a poor. If we're gonna call poor choices mental health now, then I'm sorry. How when did poor choices?
It's extreme poor choices. That's the thing. Obviously, there's poor choices, but there's the extreme poor choices, so, bro, which is making you dysfunctional within the norms of society.
If I choose to off myself, because I did something wrong where I don't like myself or whatever, are you telling me that it's because I have got a problem with my mental health?
That comes in the realm of mental health. Yeah, you could have been battling that.
All right, so mental health is basically feeling bad for yourself.
Yeah, feeling bad or good about yourself.
Feeling bad about yourself.
Yeah, that's what well-being is about. See, you got it there.
So it gives people an excuse.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It's not an excuse.
If you want to be lazy,
acknowledgement.
Yeah.
If you want to be lazy,
you can just call it mental health.
You can call it mental health.
Yeah, I mean, some people do call it that. Like a lot of people in lockdown, they don't want to go back to work after lockdown.
See that's the problem.
That's mental health.
Yeah, I mean,
it comes into the
it killed their willpower. No,
that's mental health.
If you have a blood test for like you can discover if you're diabetic or whatever.
Yeah. But that's biology science now.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Biology. You see, you guys keep comparing different sciences
because it's not
with different
real.
sciences. You're not gonna say, oh, there's electricity. I don't believe it because it's got nothing to do with my body. Like, because what I'm trying to say is, there's physics which studies the physical laws or whatever. There's chemistry which studies the elements. You're not going to mix the realm of chemistry in the realm of physics. You're not going to mix the realms of physics in the realm of biology. And you're not meant to, or you don't have to, or psychology isn't there yet, or it is there yet. I'm not expert like that, but you don't have to mix the realm of psychology in the realms of biology, even though they do. That's what science, the realm of psychology do, is mix the realm of psychology to biology, but the enthusiasts of psychology mix psychology with the results, basically. But in order to justify the results, they need to link it to biology. If that makes sense. So that's what sort of. So that's what the realm
mental health to me is an excuse to,
and that's why they prescribe the drugs, because they've linked it to biology.
It's an excuse to avoid accountability for the poor choices that you've made in your life. To me, that's what mental health is. It's someone who doesn't want to face. Hold on a second.
It's right.
Someone,
you're right.
Someone who doesn't want to face the consequences of their actions. To me,
that's the solution.
But to me, I don't think that that's a field that should be considered as scientific. I don't think that's a field that should be considered. No, because the thing is, first of all, there is no real cure for it. Second, the cure, in a sense, almost comes from.
I believe there's a cure.
It comes from
cure to everything.
It comes from you holding yourself accountable and making a change in your life. So, for example, there is no medicine out there that will definitely cure you. There is no medicine out there that why?
Only you can do it yourself.
Exactly, because it's not biological. It's something to do with your psychology, your emotions, how you feel, and that could be extremely subjective depending on who you are as a person. So for you to class it as a scientific field, I think that's just absolute rubbish. They're trying to promote something through that agenda. That's what I believe in, because the thing is, look, if I make mistakes in my life, I made mistakes in my life. If I choose not to hold myself accountable, then I will inevitably suffer the consequences of my choices. That's just the truth. Do you see what I'm saying? And if I don't like it, I don't like it. I either face up to it like a man, and deal with it and carry on, or I can just call it mental health and then try to avoid all accountability and say, look, this happened to me. No, this didn't happen to me. This happened to you because you did something to create that.
And mental health is the fact that they can't acknowledge that. The fact that they're blaming something outside of themselves and not coming to the realization about them. That's mental health. That's in the realm of mental health.
Nah.
It means they're in denial. It means they're delusional.
Yeah, they are.
That's mental health.
I don't know if that's mental health.
Explain that again. What?
So he, as I understand, he's saying.
I explained it perfectly, innit?
Yeah, but it's so long-winded. I can't remember the exact words.
What?
Like,
wasn't even
like
it's less than a minute.
I'll try to summarize it.
It's like basically
Holding yourself
he was
accountable.
saying it's about holding yourself accountable.
Yeah. So mental health. He doesn't believe in mental health because the people are refusing to hold themselves accountable. The fact that they can't hold themselves accountable means they're mentally unhealthy. That's what I'm saying.
No,
that's in the realm of mental health. The fact that you can't acknowledge your accountability, that's seen as mental health.
but that's not what's seen as mental health.
That is what's seen.
But that's
as
not what mental health
They're
cures.
just long-winded in how they get there.
But mental health doesn't say
and how they treat
okay,
it.
what is
but
it?
Essentially,
what
that's
choice?
the goal.
No, the doctor doesn't say so. What choices have you made in your life that you haven't held yourself accountable for? They don't say that.
Yeah,
hold on a second.
Yeah.
You're too stressful. You're feeling too stressed out. You're feeling too.
Yeah, they want to find out why, the cause.
No,
They're
no.
the cause.
No, they say you feeling stressed, you feeling this way, and you feeling that way.
Yeah.
That is mental health. They don't say, oh, it's because you did this and did that and did that, and that's what led to this and to that and to that, because that would involve holding that person accountable.
Yeah, because
that would involve
right?
no,
but at the results.
Yeah, no, but that would involve morality. That would involve the things that, well, what do you expect, bro? If you go out there living a certain lifestyle, let's say a gang lifestyle, for example, well, that comes with it. What do you expect? I suffer from mental health. Mental health just stops at, oh, you feeling stressed out? Okay. Oh, you feeling this way?
Mental health.
You feeling
mental health? I'm sure.
Then
psychiatrists.
Hold on a second. But then it becomes a moral case. Then it becomes with.
In what way?
It becomes a moral case because
to who? The
because
doctor or to the
the doctor might as well turn around and say, well, can you? Can you blame it? Can you?
Are you surprised?
Are you surprised that this happened? Look what you chose to do.
That's possible, though. That's possible. People go through things, and it affects them in a certain way. Not everybody reacts the same way.
But by giving them a dose of the truth and telling them, well, you shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
Or for example, I went through, for example, war, right?
Yeah.
Does that give me, because I went through that, right?
Yeah.
And I still have dreams, and I still have all this.
Yeah.
Does that give me the right to go out there and harm someone?
It'll make people understand. It'll give them. It doesn't give you the right.
So it's becoming understanding of the evil that people do.
But people be what's it? Passionate or not passionate?
So it's empathetic. So it's a gateway of empathizing with the wrong things that people do and excusing them for it.
That's the world we live in, man.
No, but you shouldn't. You should hold that prick accountable for what he's done wrong. He should say, look, he should say, I don't care if you've been through a war. What you did is wrong, because the law.
Way in time does that happen.
The law turns, but the law doesn't. The law doesn't have that mental health problem. Well, they're trying to make it into law now. But the law will say, you killed that person, you're gonna have to suffer the consequences. But it was because my mom screamed at me when I was young. The law doesn't care.
But do people not get their sentences reduced from murder to ending up in the psychiatric ward?
This is where I think
people
and this is where I think
argue that case though.
I don't think they do, because they've
not yet, but soon.
No, bro. Well, obviously I don't know real life, but that happens in movies all the time. People commit crimes and they use the "I'm crazy" argument, and then instead of going to prison, they go into a psychiatric ward.
Mental health cannot be proven. It could all be a lie.
Bro,
it could all be someone making it all up. This is my point. This is my problem with mental health. Because it can't be biologically proven, it could all be made up. A person can walk in there and literally make it all up. It's a social All study. You have to do is read.
It's a social science.
Hold on. All you have to do is study the symptoms, read all the symptoms, know them back and forth, knowing what behaviors comes with those symptoms, and then exhibit those, and then show basically portray those symptoms, act it out, and then
people can fake it.
That's what I'm saying. Anything you can fake can't be real.
Nah.
Because it's not objective. It's
just
all
means
subjective.
it's fake. It just means it's fake. But there's people genuinely going through that though.
Bro, I'm suffering from mental health issue right now because the way you've been talking to me. You've been shouting at me, and
you can book a session, man.
You see what I mean? And then
book a session, man.
Your disagreement with me.
You're disagreeing with me, and it has caused me quite a whole load of stress. You know, seriously. Like I don't know why you've done what you've done.
So are you gonna go to work tomorrow and then beat up your
I
boss?
don't think I'm gonna go to work tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna go to work tomorrow
because it's your behavior now.
I'm gonna go straight to my doctor.
You gonna go and cut yourself in the mirror?
No, I'm gonna go to the doctors and tell Kobe was shouting at me during the podcast, and that caused me a lot of stress. I'm suffering from anxiety.
Yeah, then
see how that works.
Yeah.
This is the problem with the modern world we live in. Is that this is like the kind of trolling case scenario that you just acted out is actually happening.
People fake
in real life.
Absolutely. Yeah, people fake it, but it doesn't mean you can disregard the ones that are genuine.
I don't think
you guys just sound like the world. You guys just need to just man up and toughen up. Like,
no, like, I just think it's not. It can't be proven. So it could all be.
I believe in healing
because it can't be proven. It can all be made up. It literally and they prescribing medicine, like, you know what I mean, pills to these people. Yeah. But what I'm basically saying is because it can't be proven. How can you possibly come up with a real cure or real kind of solution, science. Or how can you truly cure something that can't be proven?
It's not the traditional science. It's a social science.
People didn't even know about mental health until they came up with mental health.
They did. It just wasn't popular.
Most people just live their lives. Historically, most people just live their lives. No one knew about no mental health.
Yeah, there's another reason why it's a con, because if you do if the study of psychology and exactly what we're talking about, if someone really gets deep into it, it always goes back to their childhood, their relationship with their parents, in particular their mother, and everyone's got a little bit of trauma when they go back to these places.
Facts.
And I've heard psychologists say that a lot of the times they don't want to go there, so they'll just say something like, all you need is a big hug. They don't want to, like sometimes it's not good to go there.
I think you should go there. That's where, if you want to be healed, truly healed, you need to go back and accept what happened, or go deal with what happened. Learn like a coping mechanism, basically.
But what if you've already created that coping mechanism?
Oh, then you should be good. Then you should be good. But some people aren't good.
I just think it's just part of life. And if you've been unfortunate enough to go through a traumatic experience that has kind of, like, no one goes through a traumatic experience. No one wants to go through a traumatic experience. First of all, no one does.
No one.
And when you do go through it, yes, it's a hurtful experience. No one is denying that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, to me, that's part of life.
Yeah.
That is part of life. And
but you've accepted it, right?
It's just reality. But the thing is, you cannot not accept it. Like, to not accept it has repercussions. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mental health.
I don't. No.
So what repercussions are you talking about?
To not accept. Let's say I don't accept it. Yeah. All right. And if I act out, let's say I do something wrong to someone because I don't accept it, right? What I still did is wrong.
Yeah.
Regardless of what I went through, it doesn't change the fact that what I did is still wrong.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So that doesn't make it right either.
Yeah. But pain, what's it? Hurt people, you know? That's going by the laws of attraction. I know you don't like that, but hurt people. They're vibrating in a painful state. They're replaying the traumas in their head, and that's making them react that emotion, and then they go out and express that emotion, causing more harm to others.
What you're describing is a robot. A human being is capable of...
I'm describing the process.
A human being is capable of, like take someone like me.
Yeah.
I'm able to think. I'm able to take my traumatic experience, analyze it, and then I'm able to realize that this is not something good, that if I did it to someone else, it would be bad. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Like mental, emotional intelligence
what you're describing.
You have a coping mechanism.
No, what you're describing is almost like you know what, I went through that, now I'm no longer in control of my emotions, and now I'm gonna act it out and hurt someone else. And I don't believe that's true.
But the human body has the potential to do that.
No, I believe that every human being in every situation has the ability to choose and think about what they're doing in spite of what they have gone through. So you still know what you're doing is wrong.
So are you telling me you've never experienced buyer's remorse? Have you ever bought something and been like, whew, I wish I never bought that. That was a waste of my money.
What do you mean? Buyer's remorse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever exactly?
Yeah, I didn't go back to the shop and start punching the guy out.
No, but the concept, this is the same example, but at a lower degree though. So when you before you made that purchase, in your head, you persuaded yourself that this is going to be the right purchase. You purchased it, and now you're like, damn, this ain't the right. This isn't what I wanted. And now you feel angry. That's a form of buyer's remorse.
Yeah.
So mental health patients, they go through that. Like, what I'm trying to say is sometimes
I just feel angry. That's
it.
But I feel angry. I feel emotions.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is your emotions can override your intelligence, your thoughts.
No, you just feel angry.
That's what happens.
Yeah, but that doesn't.
You feel angry.
You feel angry, but that doesn't
angry that it overrides your thoughts, and then you act outrageously.
Yeah, but the thing is, but there's still a choice there.
Yeah, but the emotions overrides your choice. You need to be conscious to make a choice. Yeah, but the fact that your emotions is overwhelmed your conscious and shut it down, that means you've been possessed.
I don't think at no point does your emotions shut your reasoning down. I think I think as angry as you think,
that's the impulsive buying again.
No, as angry
as
you feel,
buyer's remorse,
regardless of the intent.
Your emotions, you wanted that so bad, you thought it was gonna resolve that pain. You went out and brought it. That's your emotions overriding your logic.
I've experienced loads of intense emotions, emotional experience, and not once did I act on them or did I do something because I was that.
Yeah, then you're managing yourself well. Then there's people out there that can't.
And this is where I say that's an excuse.
Yeah,
and this is where I say that's an excuse. I think the intention was always to do that. I think the intention was always to act on that anger. It's just that it's just that what we do as human beings is we want to say that I was so angry I stopped thinking and I did something stupid.
So you think they went out, act out intentionally. And then when they got caught and end up in prison, they're sitting there saying, yes, I did that on purpose. A lot of the time they're sitting there saying, I was stupid. I lost control of myself.
Yeah, but I think there's
mental health.
No, but I think there's an intention behind it. I think there's always an intention behind it.
Yeah. That's the seed's always there. The seed's in all of us.
But the thing is, I think that they always wanted to lose their temper to that level.
I hear what you're
regardless
saying.
of that emotion being so overwhelming and intense, the thing is, usually when we act on that, what the intention was already there from the start. It was they already wanted to. Have you ever seen someone like almost trying to get themselves into that state of anger because they wanted to lash out because the intention was always it was predetermined. They already knew what they wanted to do before they even decided to. So what they do is what they do is they build up. They start thinking of other things. They start looking at you. But why? Because what they're doing is they're almost trying to create an emotion of such a state. They're trying to get themselves to such a state. In order to, why? Because they want to attack you. They want to hit you. They want to harm you.
But that's the thing about emotional intelligence, that It's by allowing that to happen, allowing that anger to build up, that your mind is entertaining it and trying to figure out the most devious, evil thing you can think of, and then go out and act it. That's what happens when you're in a negative state. That's why you need to manage your emotions. Most of us can, not all of negative. Us. Not. I've been trying to avoid it all this time. It slipped out. My bad. God. The bad emotions.
You've used triggering words like
what negative
intelligence.
Yeah, bro, it's real. State. It's real. It's a new concept, but it's real. It's always been there, and it's an attempt to. It's the ultimate solution is in healing yourself.
It's like, a gateway to Satanism.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I've been holding it in for so long.
It's a gateway to Satanism.
Yeah, that's what that is.
How can you explain that? How? So what? The person who's built up a rage.
We don't even have time now.
Yeah, all right, that's another episode.
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, but it's a gateway to Satanism.
Peeps. It's a gateway. Damn, that's another episode.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's why you don't believe in emotional. I mean,
because
mental health,
emotional intelligence.
Yeah,
it's like you're talking about things that can't be proven. You're talking about things that are so subjective.
But but the devil can be proven.
Now you're trying to take
I'm
it. I'm
using your words against you.
And we're gonna get into
it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm using your what you say around me.
The thing is, it's all to do with your intention as a human being. We all have intentions. We all intend to do something. We all want something. Those desires, those intentions, that's what literally dictates the emotions you're gonna have, how you're going to behave, what you're going to do. That's what dictates that. And so there's no such thing as emotional intelligence. In anything, you need emotional intent. You know what I'm saying? Like, sorry, not emotional. So you need to control your intentions, because I could have like
self-governance.
No. Stop. It's like I don't like that person because that person has something that I want. So I'm jealous, right, of that person. All right,
natural emotion.
So I want to do something to that person because I'm jealous. I want what he has.
Now you're feeding into the jealousy.
Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
When you trace it, that's all
the
back,
motivation.
it has nothing to do with emotions. Something got to me. I look at it. It's like, look, I look at it and I want what that person has.
Yeah.
So I create jealousy out of it because my intent is to have what he has.
Jealousy is real. The jealousy emotion is real.
I know jealousy is real.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying to you, it starts with I want what that person has. That's what it starts with.
Yeah.
And once that has entered your heart, or once you say, I can't use, let me not use those words. Once you've almost determined that in your heart, the jealousy then comes in. Then now,
so what?
Now,
do you know what?
This might be related, but before we get into the solution, I just want to know how can the devil be proved?
Ooh, you can answer that.
Or is that
that's for you, Octavio?
Oh, easy. The devil can only be proved if the devil is spirit. That's the first thing. The devil can only be proved, but I'm speaking off of revelation. Like, for example, the devil can only be proven if it has been revealed through revelation. That's it. Now, you can look at life and you can see, you can look at people's intentions, and you can see the harm that people causes to other. For example, people feel jealousy, they feel pride, they feel all of these type of things. You can say, well, if you look at all the harm that we cause each other through greed, through all of these things, you can say, well, what's motivating that? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, you can go down that route and kind of create this kind of devil. But me personally, I don't like to do that, because to be honest with you, you're in charge of your own actions. You know what you're doing. Do you see what I'm saying? And trying to blame the devil for the wrongs that you're doing is basically trying to take accountability away from your actions. Now, or you can look at the world and say, why do these things exist in the first place? Why do I have to feel jealousy? Why do I have to? Why do I want to take what that person has? Why am I so greedy? Why am I so selfish? Why am I? Well, something must have gone wrong. You see what I'm saying? Because we harm each other at very high levels because of this. So, or well, you can't prove. First of all, you can't prove the devil because the devil's spirit, therefore, is immaterial. Now, you can only prove it through revelation. If it has been revealed to you, see, Kobe doesn't have a revelation.
So what if he states, I'm the devil?
No. According to my revelation, this entity called devil exists.
Yeah.
Okay? This entity misleads
what, and he has
people.
to reveal himself?
No. God revealed a revelation to us.
Okay.
Remember, I don't care if you guys believe in the revelation or not. God revealed this revelation, and God says that this person exists. All right.
Okay.
So this entity exists. All right, and this
Did
entity
he give properties?
And this entity is capable of certain things.
Did he give
and it does certain things. Now, I believe it for those reasons. Do you see what I'm saying? But one can look at the state of the world.
But
and
did he
say,
give attributes of
there must
these
be some
entities?
hold on. But one can look at the state of the world and kind of logically come up to that, that assumption. So and say, look at the great evil that human beings are capable of in the name of greed, in the name of all of these things. Well, why? Do you see what I'm saying? Who's almost influencing this?
The devil.
That's what I'm trying to say. People can, but I don't believe that that's the right way of even dealing with the devil. I don't. People talk too much about the devil, but it's like you're talking about someone that you don't even understand. Do you see what I'm saying? Me, I believe in the revelation of God, and the revelation of God says that this entity exists. Therefore, I believe in it because this entity exists.
But did he tell you how to identify it?
Hold on a second. Now, is there evidence for the devil? That's a different question. Is there evidence for the devil? If you've seen certain things, for example, if you go to an exorcism, right, you'll see evidence of the devil. You see, people that have been possessed and so on. You'll see evidence of that. You see evidence of the actual existence of demonic beings and so on and so forth. But you need to go to an exorcism. You'll see it.
I'm all right, thanks.
Yeah. This has been reported. Like, for example, the interview that I sent you guys to watch with a priest, right?
Yeah, I got spiritually attacked.
He basically showed you the things that they're capable of. They have knowledge that you don't have. Though. So, for example, they're aware. They know things that you don't know. So, for example, you can hide something, right? And there's no way of them knowing that, but they'll know what's inside that. Do you see what I'm saying? So they have supernatural knowledge. They have amazing strength. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, they can pick very heavy things. It takes like 6 people, grown men, to hold them down. You know what I mean? Like a small old lady, for example. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, there are things, and they the way they speak, the stuff that they come up with, and blah blah blah. So there is evidence in that way.
Okay, all right, interesting. Okay. So,
what's the solution?
What's the solution?
Yeah, mental health is real. It's very real.
Didn't learn anything.
Do you need to see I think that the popular studies of it is still early, and the treatments of it, like if you ever need a pharmaceutical drug, it's never gonna heal you. So if you are suffering from mental health, I'm not a psychologist, this isn't advice, but this is just my breakdown of the profession or the industry, is that if you're suffering from it, the drugs aren't gonna fix you. It's only gonna treat you temporarily, and then if you keep taking it, you'll get addicted. You're gonna need these drugs, because that's what pharmaceutical drugs do. If you really want to heal yourself, you need to get into personal development. You got to study yourself, know thyself, study your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, and the relationship of those two concepts. And hopefully you can, and there's a word for it. Go white rabbit hunting. So you go look inside yourself, your memory, and look at the first time you had these experiences, and you try to change your first thought about these experiences, and hopefully it will help you cope with your trauma a bit better.
Okay. I don't. It's my solution. Yeah. Mental health doesn't exist. Mental health is it doesn't exist because it can't be biologically diagnosed. It can't. It's all subjective. It's all to do with how someone feels. And the behaviors that they exhibit, which can be manipulated. And as long as that can be manipulated, it's difficult to determine whether what that person is saying is true or not true. So the doctor might be hearing something, but he might, for all we know, for all he knows, he might be hearing a lie. And as long as that can be manipulated in that way, it means that mental health doesn't actually exist. The day that they're able to diagnose mental health properly biologically, but then I will believe in mental health. But until then, no, mental health does not exist. I just think it's all about people holding themselves accountable, since it's all to do with emotions and how a person feels. I think there's usually a reason behind why they feel the way they feel, and I think that the quicker they come to terms the quicker they come to terms with how they feel and hold themselves accountable for what they've done wrong, the quicker they will overcome this so-called mental health. But there is no medicine that cures mental health, for example. So yeah, mental health doesn't exist.
I think mental health in the modern medical industry is a scam. It's a scam for big pharma on
corporations.
Corporations, mainly in Western countries, preying off usually immigrants' experiences, which are normally much harsher from the countries they're originally from. So I believe in emotions, and I even believe in the human psyche to some extent, and we can trace our modes of behavior back to childhood and relationships that we've built up since childhood. But in the modern era of this mental health kind of period that we're now witnessing, it's a scam, and something to be wary of.
Do you think it's a form of biological warfare? Have you ever considered that?
I just think it's a gateway to Satanism.
As a way of destroying a certain race through drugs?
As a way of destroying a certain perspective through drugs. Maybe to accept these groups that we've been investigating.
This is possible.
Feminism to LGBT.
I think it's a gateway to do as thy will. Because it takes all accountability away. You can always blame all your
biological
issues,
warfare,
which goes back to
which goes into do as thy will. So basically, if you can call anything that you do wrong as mental health, then guess what? You, in a sense, have been absolved from all wrongdoing, which means now you can go, which raises your narcissistic level and creates that gateway, that mentality that tells you do as thy will.
Oh, good point, because that whole do as thy will concept is psychological warfare.
Yeah, it is.
Bro, so we're at war, man.
It's almost like it's a satanistic psychological warfare.
Yeah. No. Yeah, we're under siege, man.
I would call it spiritual warfare. But they're using psychology to do so. It's all intertwined. All right, guys.
Another great episode.
Great episode, guys, man. We'll see you next time, man.
Salute the solution.